took land away from the native people, and all of that is coming to roost now. Okay? All of those things that we have denied, our shadow, are coming to the surface and being looked at. Yes.
You know what's happened with China?
No.
They have exceeded us in the spending power of the world. We were #1 since USSS Grant, but China just took over that position
Right.
from us.
Right. I don't doubt that. There's a lot of things that are going on that are showing us that we don't have it all together right now as a society. This chart has, you know, we, just like us, we all have our issues. A chart, just like you can do this for a business or a country or a person, doesn't matter. But we're having our own experience of all of these things. All of our shadow is being brought to the surface right now. So we're going to have a little bit more time. We've got some more time in this area collectively. Okay. Any other questions that are related to astrology? You can ask anything. This is the fun part.
How long are we in Saturn?
Saturn in Sag or in Scorpio?
No, Saturn as a whole.
You mean the country?
Yes.
Okay.
How
So
long
it-
are we in Saturn?
Do you know
going
when
in right now?
You know what? All of next year, it's just barely going to be in the beginning degrees of Sagittarius.
Right, but I
So-
mean, Saturn, I mean, do we stay in Saturn forever and ever and ever?
Oh yeah, great question.
That's what I'm asking.
My love.
I
Yeah.
guess that, we're in Saturn forever.
Here's the thing, we're always having a Saturn transit. Always. If you live to be 28 years old, you've had Saturn transit
Every sign.
every sign all the way around this whole chart. If you live to be 59, it has gone around here twice. Okay? And then you add another 28 years to that, and you would have gone around 3 times. So yes, you're always having Saturn transiting through something in your chart, which means you're always looking at something, focusing and working on it, but we're just only focusing on where we've been the last 2 years and where we're going, because the shift is happening. But great question. Who else? Anyone?
Okay, yeah, that answered, I have that question too. Now,
No.
are there other planets too?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of them to follow, but
This is just one?
we just picked this one because it's such a significant shift, and it's also gonna be a significant shift for the U.S. too. So you know, just that was why we picked it. But it's shifting signs, and you know, coming out of that depth of Scorpio, that the whole death and transformation piece, and going into some levity, I think can bring a sense of relief a little bit. Like, it's been really intense. I don't know if you guys have been feeling it, but I know I have. Go ahead, Teresa.
No, I was just gonna say, you had brought up where 9/11 hit,
Mhm.
and Saturn was over here in this area, which is the house of relationships and partnerships.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah, and then Venus was there too.
Yeah.
So
So
it's just
anyway, there's just
pretty
lots of
significant.
cycles and things that are going on, and we can learn from them, because we can always learn from the past to see how we can better navigate the future. Yes, Sharon?
So so I know that we're coming out of Scorpio and going
Mhm.
into Sagittarius, but when, and I know you said they're not real specific dates, but can you give us a general?
The last week of this year
is
when it shifts.
Yeah.
And then it'll get up to just a few degrees by the summer, and then it's gonna have that little review that I talked about, so it's gonna go back and creep back into Scorpio. So,
And
and then it'll move
Then it'll-
forward.
yeah.
Yep, and I'm gonna
Till
bring
when?
this up. Well, through
2.5 years.
2017.
okay.
So if you know you're a Sag, or you know you have a lot of planets in Sag, Christina, it's gonna be rock and roll time for you. So, you know, sometimes it's helpful, Ann Sharon, to have a language that you can put to that, to kind of say, oh, and then also, where is it sitting? Because where it's sitting, transiting through that specific area, is very personal to you. You don't even have to be a Sag. It's very personal to you and what you got going on and what you're working on. So it's really good and it's fun to explore and say, hey, that's where I'm working. I've been studying astrology for 20 years. I always know where Saturn is in my chart and what I'm working on, because it helps bring clarity, because Saturn can be and feel depressing. It can feel really hard. It's like climbing a mountain. okay? And astrology helps because if you climb a mountain with tools and good guides, it's easier. Or even as a group, when you try to do it by yourself and you don't have a flashlight and you're searching in the dark, it's a lot harder. And so that's the fun part. Anyone else?
Yeah, I am very grateful that we took that Saturn class, because without that, I don't know that I would have been able to get through the last 2 years, because it was a huge depth. And for me, I had such faith that it didn't matter what it looked like or what it felt
Right.
like.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to have faith that you get to the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though the whole time I'm going, okay, I'm ready. Beam me up, Scotty,
Right.
I'm ready to go, because
Yeah.
I don't like this. But I just knew, but I knew that that was all part of the transformation.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it didn't matter if it felt, especially emotionally, it felt really, well, I can't even explain it to you because it was a whole new experience.
Right, right. Okay. Well, I know there's other people that have astrology experience in the class, so, you know, I'll just call them Lisa and Kevin. Like, how much of your already having experience knowing about using astrology as a tool has helped you navigate?
It's helpful. Helpful to know where to look and to get yourself to be in line with what's going on.
Yes.
For example, you know, with, even though it's gonna be lighter with it going into Sag for the United States and for Kevin.
It's gonna be all, it's the
That's gonna
ascent.
be that's not gonna be an easy transit,
No, it's
Saturn
not.
going into the first house,
No.
that's a big thing, so it's part of the reason we're here.
Right, and you know that using that as a tool, how helpful that is to kind of be a partner in your own transformation.
It's a guide.
Yeah, that's perfect, that is a guide, and this is a map.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions?
When is your next class?
Oh. Okay. Go ahead, Erica. We'll answer that.
I just wanted to ask a question about the, so that's the first house?
This one.
That's the first house, and that's the ascent?
Ascendant.
Ascendant.
Mhm.
So the United States Senate is Sagittarius?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, we're the cowboy that rides in and kind of takes
Yeah.
charge of everybody and boss everybody around,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And we get in trouble for that, a little bit.
And what is the sun? What is the sun?
Cancer. The home of the free.
That's right. Eighth house sun,
Mhm.
well, that Puritanism comes from.
Yeah. Baseball and apple pie. Just come and join us.
But we are a natural caretaker. Our
Yes, we
country
are.
is, you
Yes.
know, I mean, that in a very positive way, it is, because cancer is the archetype of mother or father.
Right.
So we are here to help other people. And if we can all get on board with that and that kind of
Right.
really love, peace, then
Healing.
healing can happen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
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 I mean, we are a great country.
Teresa for president.
Yes, and so right now, to answer Susan's question, we're gonna do this class again in January, because we didn't have
We
enough
have some-
room.
yeah, we have some people.
And so people are on the list, so, and then as, you know, Teresa and I start working more together, we'll have other classes that will probably be
More
more
personalized.
themed and personalized. Cause in this one, we didn't look at everybody's chart, you know, but in small personal classes, that's what we do. We take your chart and we go through some classes and it's all about you and your little group that you're with, okay? So that's kind of, that, unless you have any more questions. No? Okay, so did you wanna finish?
Oh, sure, yeah, so, I just realized one of the things in closing I should have done in the beginning is that Corey and I never introduced ourselves, but I think everybody knew who we were.
Yeah.
So we are both astrologers, and I also do life coaching, and Corey does mentoring. And so we do private readings, and we also do readings together, where we really gang up on you.
Yeah.
But,
And it's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
few
so
times.
our business cards are over there, and I want to thank everybody for coming
Yes.
again. And if you guys have any questions, just fire
Hang out.
away later.
Yeah.
And again, I'm recording this, so I'm gonna send it out if you guys are interested in the link.
download it.
And sign up on the email list if you haven't, so at least we can send you the links to our
Right.
blogs.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.